Jersey set up online outreach video advertisements on Facebook and on Instagram right now. We want to expand more. We just need somebody who's got the technical know-how and the time to be able to go onto TikTok and some of these other social media sites. But it's getting great response. This is Kerem's testimony video online. So the quick, like 30-second video that pops up on Facebook, it links to the testimony video where people can learn more. And right above that is like a free New Testament advertisement. So people can go right there. Here's the WhatsApp thing. They can click on that and message him directly. So also they can make comments on Facebook. And so however they respond to it, we know and we can interact with them right away. And we do. And so right now there's like 15, 20 people that the team in New Jersey is following up on right now from this ministry. And and they had been working 2 years with very little fruit, doing like friendship evangelism and hadn't seen anyone come to know the Lord. And now it's like a boom, like people are really interested. So, yes.
Ve biz bu kadar orada iş olduğunu görünce tamam dedik, New Jersey'de yaşamayacağız, taşınacağız.
And so we said, well, there's all this work to do in New Jersey, but let's not stay here. We're going to move.
Çok fazla iş var orada, yapmak istemiyoruz.
There's so much to do here. We don't want to do all that.
Tabii bu şaka.
Of course, this is a joke.
Yani bir ayet var, onu çok seviyorum. Ürün bol, işçi az.
There's a verse, the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few.
Biz şu anda New Jersey'de aslında 3 kiliseye hizmet ediyoruz.
Right now in Turkey, we're serving 3 different churches.
Birisi New York'ta,
One is in New York,
Brooklyn'de.
in Brooklyn.
Ama bizim evimiz çok yakın oraya, yani 1 saat sürüyor sadece.
But we're relatively close to them. It's only an hour drive.
Yani evimiz New Jersey'de ama biz arabayla 20 dakika sonra Manhattan'da oluyoruz.
We're in New Jersey, but we can get in our car and 20 minutes later we're in Manhattan.
Ve 2 tane de New Jersey'de Türk kilisesi var. Biri bizim kurduğumuz.
Another 2 churches in New Jersey, one that we started and then another one.
Ama bu işte yetmiyor, yani tek başıma Türk olarak ben orada yani tam zamanlı hizmet ediyorum.
But it's not enough. As a Turkish person, I'm the only one working full time to reach them. There are foreigners working full time, but he's the only Turk working full time.
Yeah. O zaman biz yani Türkiye'de de aynı problem var. Türkiye'de az önceki videoda gördünüz. Yani bir sürü uzak şehirlerde insanlar var ama kiliseler yok.
And we have the same problem in Turkey. There's a lot of people who are interested in learning more about the Bible, but there's nobody close to them to follow up on it.
Azerbaycan'da aynı problem var.
The same problem in Azerbaijan,
Almanya, Bulgaristan, Amerika.
in Germany, in Bulgaria, in America.
O zaman biz Gürcistan'a taşınmaya karar verdik.
So we decided to move to Georgia, the country of Georgia.
Yani evet. Gürcistan Türkiye ile sınır.
Georgia is on the border with Turkey, on the Black Sea.
Ve Azerbaycan'la sınır.
And Azerbaijan is also on the border with Georgia.
Türk vatandaşları ve Azerbaycan vatandaşlarının Gürcistan'a gitmek için pasaporta ihtiyaçları yok.
For the people, the citizens of Turkey and the citizens of Azerbaijan, they don't need a passport even to go into Georgia.
Sadece ID kart yeterli.
They just need their ID cards.
Ve ID kartla girdiği zaman otomatikman 1 yıllık oturumu oluyor.
And when they enter the country with their ID card, they get automatically a year to stay.
Ve yani 1 saat çıkıp girdiği zaman tekrar bir yıl daha.
And if they leave the country even for an hour and come back in, that's renewed for another year.
Ve biz Gürcistan'da bir Türkçe misyoner okulu açmaya karar verdik.
And so we've decided to start a mission school in Georgia for Turkish people.
Yani kutsal kitap okulu olmayacak ama.
It won't be in like a seminary or Bible school.
Yani işte gelenlere biz işte Matta, Markos, Luka işte bunlar ne diyor, işte derin teoloji dersi vermeyeceğiz.
We won't be like studying really closely like deep theology of Matthew, Mark, and Luke, John.
Biz onlara müjde nasıl paylaşılır?
We'll teach them how to share the gospel,
Nasıl cesaretle müjde paylaşabiliriz?
how to do it with boldness,
Ondan sonra nasıl kilise kurabilirsiniz?
how they can start a church,
Ve nasıl takım olabilirsiniz?
and how to be a part of a team to work together,
Ve Tanrı'nın egemenliğine nasıl hizmet edebilirsiniz?
and how to do it under God's authority.
Ve tamamen yani mesleksiz bir okul olacak.
And there will be a school that is not bound to any denomination.
Yani karizmatik birisi gelebilir,
So a charismatic person can come,
Baptist birisi
a
gelebilir.
Baptist person can come.
Tabii ki Yahova şahitleri ve Mormonlar demiyorum.
I'm not talking about the Jehovah's Witnesses. They're out of that group.
Yok.
They have their own schools, right?
Yani şimdi bence siz hepiniz görüyorsunuz. Her köşe başında Yahova şahitleri, Mormonlar şey dağıtıyorlar.
You probably see already on every corner, a lot of different corners, there's the Jehovah's Witnesses and the Mormons handing out things anyway.
Sadece burada değil, Türkiye'de de varlar.
It's not just here, they do this in Turkey too.
Azerbaycan'da da varlar.
They do that in Azerbaijan.
New York'ta bir kiliseye gittik.
In New York, we went to a church,
Ve oradaki pastör dedi ki Amerika'daki kilise küçülüyor.
and the pastor there, he was talking about how the church in America is shrinking,
Ve kiliseler satılıyor.
and the churches are being sold,
Ve bazıları cami yapılıyor.
and some of them are being even turned into mosques.
Neden?
Why?
Çünkü insanlar müjde paylaşmıyor.
Because people aren't sharing their faith.
Ve onun için biz burada Türkçe müjde paylaşan insanlar yetiştirmek istiyoruz.
And so because of the need, we want to train people who are speaking Turkish, who can reach their own people, who can share the gospel.
Gürcistan'da 600 bin Turkic people yaşıyor.
In Georgia, there's 600,000 Turkish people who live there in the country.
Ve orada bizim yaşayacağımız şehrin adı Batum.
The place that we will be living is a city called Batumi,
Ve orada bir Türk mahallesi var.
and there's a Turkish neighborhood there.
Turkish market, Turkish berber, Turkish casino, Turkish everything. Her şey Turkish. Ve her yaz oraya yaklaşık Türkiye'den 2 milyon turist geliyor.
And every summer, about 2 million people from Turkey come as tourists to Batumi.
En az yarısı kadar da Azerbaycan'dan Türkler geliyor.
And about at least half that much come from Azerbaijan to as tourists.
Because gamble, boom. Yeah. Ve onlarla müjde paylaşmak çok kolay.
So it's really easy to share the gospel with them.
Yani ben onlarla konuştuğum zaman hey dur ne anlatıyorsun diyemiyorlar.
They can't say, hey, wait, what are you talking about?
Çünkü onun neden burada olduğunu biliyorum.
Because I know why they're here. So they can't like be like, I'm a great Muslim, or let me tell you about Islam. They just read their testimony.
Ve bizim kilisemiz tam şu anda bu kiliseyi 2 ay önce açtık oradaki takımımızla.
And so this church was opened about 2 months ago by our team that's in Batumi.
Ve Türk kilisesi yazıyor direkt.
And on the sign outside it says Turkish church in Turkish.
Yanında berber var.
There's a Turkish barber on one side of the building.
Öbür tarafında Türk kafe var.
On the other side is a Turkish cafe.
Ve bütün Türkler oraya gelmek zorunda.
And
Bu
all the
mahalleye.
Turkish tourists come to this area.
Because halal food.
Yeah, they have their special food. Like the Jewish people have their kosher food. Muslims, they want their halal.
Gel. Ve
So, you know, it's okay for gambling and for women, but
gel.
they're gonna have their food. Right?
Gel. Ve onlarla biz çok kolay işte okulumuzdaki öğrenciler onlarla müjde paylaşarak pratik yapacaklar.
And so we're gonna have the students who are at our school practice sharing their faith right here.
Ve her yaz yaklaşık 2 milyon Arap geliyor oraya.
And every summer about 2 million Arabic tourists come to Batumi.
Yani Arabistan'a, Suudi Arabistan'a gidip elinizde herhalde onlara İncil dağıtamazsınız.
In their own countries, for example, Saudi Arabia or the United Arab Emirates, you can't go on the street and hand out Bibles.
Yani, ama biz orada dağıtabiliyoruz çok kolay.
But we can do that in Batumi.
Çünkü orası Ortodoks bir ülke.
because Georgia is an Orthodox country, Orthodox Christian.
Ya onların da kesinlikle İsa'ya çok ihtiyaçları var. Bu ayrı bir nokta.
They need the gospel too. That's a different story.
Ama biz okey. Ama biz sokakta geçen çok kolay bir şekilde onlara İncil dağıtabildik.
But last summer when we were there, we could hand out Arabic Bibles to the tourists.
Ve polisler geldi, ne yapıyorsunuz dediler.
And the police come and they say, "What are you doing?"
Ve İncil dağıtıyoruz dedik.
We say we're giving out New Testaments.
Ama biz tabii içimizden düşünüyoruz, herhalde şimdi tutuklanacağız.
Of course, we were thinking, I wonder if we're going to be arrested or something.
Polis şey dedi, bir tane de bana verebilir misiniz?
And the police say, "Can I have one too?"
Evet, yani bilmiyorum başka sen ne eklemek istersin?
Yeah, so we can talk more about the school later, but I think that gives a good wrap up. We're thinking about a 6-month period of training, and then and these students would come from churches, the sending churches that we would work with very closely in Turkey and Azerbaijan or other Turkish areas. They would send their students to us, and we would train them, and then they would go to the city that the sending church wants to plant a church in. And we would work with the sending church and help mentor them and walk them through the process, but also help find them financial help. Because just like us serving full-time as missionaries, we're support raising. For them to work and minister is very difficult in that economy especially. Like they have to work 70 hours a week just to make ends meet. And you can't do that, and it's really hard to do that and share the gospel and work at the church at the same time. So, we're going to help them find sponsorship, find supporters in the whole process of that, and look forward to watching them plant churches in Turkey and Azerbaijan. We'll get to the point where we send to Kosovo, Lord willing, to America even. And so the other part of the school is that we're going to have a part that will train foreigners who want to work with the Turkish people. So it's a great place to learn Turkish and to learn the Turkish culture before jumping right into a Muslim country. Okay? There's people like me, there's 60 people like me who've gotten banned from Turkey. So it's after you go there and been there 2 or 3 years really learning the language and the culture, and then some of them haven't even got through that 2 years before they're told to leave. So if they're equipped already, they can start ministering in Georgia and then move to Turkey or Azerbaijan or whatever, and at least they'll have some time to minister before they get kicked out. So that's the vision. So who knows, maybe some of these foreigners can team up with some of the local people who are going and okay, I have a vision for this city, and maybe even we'd love to see that. Some of them team up and work together in pairs or we want to form teams so that they can work together and support each other. So this story right here just really wraps up what we're talking about, because we've talked about different details. We're kind of all over the place. While we were in Ankara, this guy Şevket, he's a Turkish guy. He saw an ad for a New Testament. So he asked for a New Testament. Somebody from our team followed up with him, answered his questions. We kept meeting, he kept hanging around. He became a believer and he was baptized. Again, she was a student in Ankara. She saw an ad. She asked for a New Testament. She started coming to services, and she became a believer soon and was baptized. They fell in love with each other, and they were married. And we saw that they were both very interested in serving the Lord, and so we spent a lot of time discipling them and mentoring them, giving them different opportunities to serve in the church, taking them along with us when we're sharing the gospel so they could learn how to do it by themselves, and then they could go and take somebody, a new believer, and share the gospel. They could do lessons with people. And they've grown to the point that they are now living in eastern Turkey in a city without any church, and they're planning a church right there. And they're working in 2 other cities as well, because they're really short-handed out there. And so they're actually not too far from where we're going to be in Georgia. And so we're looking forward to how we're going to be able to work together with them and support their work, sending people to help them, doing social media advertisements so they find more people who are interested. And yeah, sending people to them, training their people, and so we're just really excited about how God has brought that around first full circle, and it really shows our heart to reach people, and social media is one of the best ways to do that. Of course, God uses other things too, but most of the people in Turkey who have become believers have become believers as a result of the media, and so we want to be able to use that and to utilize that. And so we're really looking forward to that, as I said. And then Kiran has something he wants to share with you.
Okay. Deniyorum. I try.
Oh, it's not turning?
Ya bazen oluyor öyle.
Okay. There you go.
Ya bu benim yüreğim.
This is my heart.
Yani ben Türkiye'de çok uzun yıllar kalacağımı düşünüyordum.
I thought I would stay in Turkey a long time.
Hatta emekli olacaktım burada.
I thought I would retire there.
Emekli olunca işte genç pastörleri çağırıp işte 40 yıllık pastörlük hayatımda bunları yaşadım diyecektim.
When I retired, I would call the young Turkish pastors to my house and I would say, after 40 years of ministry, this is what I did.
Ama şimdi buradayım.
But I'm here now.
Yeteri kadar müjde paylaştığımı bilmiyorum.
I don't know if I shared the gospel enough.
Yani şimdi son zamanlarda zombi filmleri çok ünlü.
And the last times, the zombie films have become very famous.
Aslında Mesih'i tanımayan herkes onlar gibi.
Actually, those who don't know Jesus are like those zombies.
Yani, bedenler sağlam
Their bodies are strong,
ama ruhlar ölü.
but their spirits are dead.
Ve o filmlerde tedavi olmuyor.
In the films, there's no cure for this.
Ama bu filmde tedavi var.
But actually, for this real problem, there is a cure.
İsa.
Jesus.
Ama bu tedaviyi birinin dağıtması gerekiyor.
But somebody needs to tell people about this cure.
Ve bu ben değilim sadece.
And this isn't just my job,
Ya da bir pastör değil.
or a pastor's job even.
Ya da bir misyonerin de işi değil bu.
Not even just a missionary's job.
Bu bütün imanların işi.
This is all believers' job.
Ve bugün eve gidince dua edin.
So when you go home today, pray about it.
Siz zaten evdesiniz, onun için siz burada dua edin.
You're already here, so you pray here.
Ve Tanrı'ya söyleyin, kimi arayayım?
And ask the Lord, who should I call?
Bir arkadaşınız,
A friend,
akrabanız,
a relative,
sevdiğiniz biri,
somebody you love,
yeni tanıştığınız biri.
somebody you just met.
Önce ona nasılsınız diye sorun.
First you can ask, how are you?
Yani genelde İsa'yı tanımayanlar çok iyi cevaplar vermiyor.
Normally those who don't know the Lord don't give a very positive answer.
Ve ona şey sorun yani, seninle İsa hakkında konuşabilir miyim?
And you can ask them, can I talk to you about Jesus?
Belki dinlemeyecek
Maybe they won't listen,
ama sen ilacı sunmuş olacaksın.
but you will have presented a cure.
Ve belki de dinleyecek
And maybe they'll listen.
ve şey diyecek, yıllardır aradığım umudu buldum.
And maybe they'll even say to you, I've been looking for this hope for years.
Emin olun Tanrı sizin inanamayacağınız kadar sizinle çok büyük işler yapabilir.
I'm sure that God can do great things